feel the vibe? Everybody around me gotta feel this way to fuck with me today. Oh, what do you say? I get by the 9 to 5. Now I'm feeling alive and I gotta no ride, but it's okay, baby. I'm a riding the tide in this crypto thing. As we walking through the mall, rolling up, getting ready to fucking call someone for more because we're running out, smoking out. I get 2 grams grinded up. I don't know if I have enough for you, you and me, but that's why they call it weed. If I got it, we got it. Come on and shout it. Someone's always got something to say, and if it's negative, I don't play. I don't really care what you say. I puff, and then I passed my ass right on the floor because my dumb ass couldn't fucking take no more. And this is the story that you can't ignore. Get by on the 9 to 5, now I'm feeling alive. Do you feel the vibe? Everybody around me gotta feel this way to fuck with me today. Oh, what do you say? I get by the 9 to 5. Now I'm feeling alive and I gotta no ride, but it's okay, baby. I'm a riding the tide in this crypto thing. I think it's time to dollar cost average in. And if you don't know, that's a sin. Everywhere you begin. Wall Street Pete, sick dough in crypto. Want to learn how to make sick dough in crypto? You hit that like, you hit that subscribe. We're talking about going on a ride and hopefully going to the moon. And damn, hopefully we're going soon. How's everybody doing this morning? It is Friday. We're going to talk about my most fun, my favorite, probably video ever. Top 10 cryptocurrencies right before the 2025 bull run is either in the mist or in the end, right? We're going to talk about that. And if you're interested in this sort of thing, hit the like and subscribe. I want to go over Bitcoin, though, right? If everyone would allow me, right? Bitcoin. We must know what Bitcoin's doing in order to understand what the rest of the crypto market's doing. So come on over, hit the bell, all notification, hit that like and subscribe as well, please. Become a part of the Wolves, and let's get into it because XRP, not meant to do that, but XRP is obviously one of the top 10 on the list. And since April 4th, Ripple Labs announced plans to launch its own native stablecoin on the XRP Ledger blockchain. Well, that kind of caught my attention. And that's what we're talking about here. A peg back-to-back, 1-to-1 on the US dollar, backed by cash equivalents, excuse me. And we'll talk more about that. So that's one of them. We did let the cat out of the bag there quickly, but this chart, excuse me one second. Let me get a sip here. And what do we talk about? Buy the dip, have a sip, right? Have a sip, buy the dip, however you like to do it. I usually like to buy before I have a sip. So what are we talking about this morning? Talked about yesterday this symmetrical pattern, this chart, and how I believe that, well, we could be coiling up. And I could have been wrong, right? Because what I'm thinking about, Mr. Hydra, as you put my names in capital letters, appreciate you very much. There's a pattern here, and we're looking to either break out to the upside of this pattern. If 72,000 does remain a price for the Bitcoin, we will be heading to the upside. Where we'll be going is about 79,500. We talked about this very much. I expect that to come all the way through until about resistance here. Then we'll talk more about that once we get there. But right now, currently, we are coiling up, looking pretty nice for an upward W. So is this going to be real rejection or not and get us to the 66.8? We'll find out very soon. But the more and more I keep looking at how we're moving here, we will see something similar to this action, which would probably come back down. So we'll see if this is really starting to come. What we would be doing is we would be updating you a little bit better. This line, let's see where that line is. The line that we've been forming is necessarily right about here, if you're paying close attention. So would not surprise me if 67,600 was our bottom here that we may be coming through before a master. So regardless, long story short, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this before we do the top 10, hit the like button if you've yet to do so. We do have a very bullish scenario coming in the sooner than rather than later. So I am saying please be careful. This looks like it's getting ready to break out. It will be a down spout. Obviously, it's going to fool many of you. You're going to sell out down here somewhere around, and it's just going to start going up exactly where you got rid of it. It's going to suck. All right, top 10. Let's get into it. Now, since we did this, we're going to talk more about it, the Ripple stable coin, how important it is. And, you know, a lot of people have been waiting for Ripple XRP for a long time. It's got a very strong community. So we're going to talk about some things today about, well, you want to be diverse in your portfolio, right? You want to be very diverse. Well, today we are going to have an asset in the top 10 that is a decentralized asset. Well, we're looking at it right there. That's one of them. But more, we'll have more. We're going to have a meme coin in there for the top 10. We're going to have an AI project for the top 10. And most of all, we're going to have an RWA, real world asset. So if you're interested in that, smash that like button, because this is what we're talking about. The RWAs are probably the more sooner things than rather later. You're going to have to wait. Excuse me, I'm doing ass backwards this morning. You're going to have to wait a little bit for the RWAs to develop. That's going to take a little bit more time is what I meant to say. I'm all geared up right now and all amped because I'm excited for this video. Have you heard about the Maze coin crypto? It pumped like crazy a few days ago. Yes, I also heard about Pro, and I've seen what's going on with Pro, and if you paid attention, it went from $2 to $4, a quick double X, but there's been more that like that. Maze has done even more, and you got to pay attention. We'll talk about it. We can talk about that in another show, but right now it's important. XRP makes my top list here coming into it. So we're going to go into it. We talked a little bit about it and the big news for the stable coin. And obviously there's much more news coming for XRP. So getting excited. We're just talking about history. We're not talking about any price predictions. We're giving you the top 10 crypto assets that hodl. That's what I'm looking to do for the 2025. And then we'll talk about where we're looking to sell out and what we're looking to do here. But if I were to get into an asset, right, now I were to say, hey, I'm just looking blindly. I know nothing about XRP. I don't even know the utility. I'm just staring at the charts. Well, long, boring, sideways action. We're talking about weekly. Ladies and gentlemen, these are weekly candles. Do you know how long this takes for this to develop and build up? Well, first off, we're moving in the upward trajectory. That's definitely known. So the trend is up, which we're going to do is get the supply shock with this Bitcoin happening. And everything seems to be doing that, right? Money's flowing in. Money's nonstop flowing in XRP. I know it is. And what's happening right now is that there's really not much of a price action. This will explode. And when this does, you're going to see repeat history prices of parabolic moves like that. And that's a parabolic move of a weekly, talking about 61 cents all the way to about $1.50, $1.49. So we're talking about things like that, and that's in a matter of weeks. So that's what we're getting at. You can see the long, boring, sideways action developing, and that's one of the crypto assets we're talking about in today. So top 10, Decentralized, we said, we went over them all, how exciting it is. So XRP is number one, not in any numerical order. Number two, you may have or may not have heard of Zeta Chain. This is an exciting project, and we'll talk a little bit about it. We usually don't talk too much about the projects. Just want to go over quickly the top 10. It's already taking a long time. Decentralized and transparent layer 1 blockchain is designed to foster omni-chains. You may have heard about that, interoperability, by leveraging the Cosmos SDK. So pretty exciting. And the Tendermint consensus, holy shit, where do you see the Q there? Consensus engine. So pretty excited to see what Zeta Chain may be doing. It's one of the newer projects and seems to be helping all the other blockchains. And, you know, basically this is what Polygon Matic wants to do with Pol. Polygon Matic is switching over to the Pol ticker. It will no longer be Matic. And what it's going to do is it's going to communicate with other cryptocurrencies, becoming more interoperable. So the interoperability is really exciting to see that, because now you can focus and interact with other cryptocurrencies for cheaper scalability. Obviously, these are all the things of why crypto and tokenization is made. So we'll go over Zeta Chain. You can see what's happening right here. Real quick, I did this chart for you. What's happening is, well, we got a 4-hourly right here for Zeta Chain. You can see here 50% pullback in the golden pocket has been destroyed. So talking about that, I don't have much history here for this. This is just the Coinbase chart, and the Coinbase chart has me only till February 1st of 2024 when it was launched for Coinbase. So what we have here is a big uptick here. You can see, so I don't have too much, and this may not be really accurate as the pull up here. You can see we were all the way here, probably launched, and it fell down since the launch. And I don't know if people know that, but when something gets launched, I love Gan, I hate you for that comment. I had fun myself. I said fuck Gan in a comment, and he's making fun of me now, Mr. Selmer. So if anybody wants to get caught up, I didn't know who he was talking about, and then I realized, oh shit, he's talking about that guy. There's a brilliant man, trader. Oh man, you got me laughing so hard. But we're looking at here some old support here coming in. So $1.78, if we hit resistance here and we start coming back and above, you will see that this is probably going to be a nice cup and handle coming in. Has happened before, but this is a real cup and handle, most likely able to come through for the Zeta Chain. So I'm getting excited. This is number 2, probably build support somewhere around here, and it'll be ready to lift off again, and that will be the real trend to the upside. So number 2, without any specific order, we're talking about Zeta Chain. And like I said, these are very important, diverse projects that I'm getting into. And these are what I'll be holding 2024 2025, and there will be an exit plan after that. These are just the top 10, so please understand that with a grain of salt, because there are so many cryptocurrencies that I may not bring up, and you're going to be upset maybe, and you're going to say, well, what about my token that I've been holding on forever? How come it's not on my list? It's because it's just not there. There's so many of them. So top 10. I'm looking for another one. I can't get to it, so we're just going to type it in. And number 3 on my top list is Dash, and it's not DoorDash. That's awesome. We got to check that out one day. But Dash, we'll talk about it. We'll go to the, let's see, we'll go to the Coinbase one here. And if you can see here, Dash is not, that's not it, excuse me. I have it on my ticker. I don't know why I just don't use that one. Binance perpetual contracts. There we go. And what we're looking for is $37.70 to be the price. That makes sense. That's a more accurate price for me. But if you look at the history of Dash, and I'll tell you right now, this is an easy 10 times your crypto assets. Easy 10 times. This is an easy 10 times. $250 is somewhere I remember Dash trading and having a hard time, having a real big difficulty here. $250. If you remember that, you might be one of the people that were in the cryptocurrencies during that time frame, during this channel, and you can see right here, that's about where I'm looking to come back up to. That'll be my sellout plan. So even though it's 2024, 2025, I don't really care. Long-term hold, we're going to be waiting for that $250 for Dash. And yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but that is just about a nice 10 times coming, just about. Pay attention to what's going on. So that'll be my plan, my strategy, not financial advice. But Dash does make my top 3. A lot of these crypto assets may surprise you. A lot of them may not surprise you. So getting back in now. Oh, and I forgot one sector that we did not talk about. There is one more sector that Mr. Wall Street Pete did not bring up. And this asset makes my top 10 because, well, I believe it's going to be the leader, and it's the gaming industry. The crypto gaming industry is going to be one of the biggest things in the world. So if you don't know that crypto and gaming are going to go hand in hand, well, then you're mistaken. Because what's happening right now is this cup and handle almost exactly here. Looks beautiful, getting that support, getting ready for the next leg up. I do trust what's happening here for that. So that's exciting. We talked about long, boring, sideways action, most likely on this particular one here. I want to get out of the way so you can see the whole chart. What's happening is this is Immutable X. This is one of my favorite crypto assets, big time gaming. So there are a lot of different sectors in the crypto space, right? We talked about decentralized cryptos. We talked about the gaming. We talked about the AI projects. We didn't get there yet, but these are the different sectors, the RWAs and the meme coins. So we're going to get all 10 of them into these sectors. And these are going to be this is going to be the most diverse portfolio you ever heard of. So IMX makes the number 4, and I'm excited about it. We're not going to get too into it. I do want to keep moving. And number 5, talking about and speaking about AI. AGIX makes my top 5 here coming in. And like I said, not really any order, but we just happen to talk out loud. And they are the first 5 crypto assets. AGIX, and I can't find it. What a surprise, right? Let's go. Let's get it. I want to get moving. I want people to be able to get moving here. All right. So AGIX, another AI project here. We talk about it. It did merge with Fetch. We just had this happen. Ocean Protocol, creating ASI. So competing with Microsoft, Google, all these different big networks and companies, institutions here that we have to now compete against. This is not going to be any competition when you're new into the crypto space and you're talking about an AI project. I'm excited for this. Very bearish, by the way. Very bearish looking. So that is definitely a bearish top here. I've been talking about a bearish move here coming, and it does seem like this may be actually happening. So not a big thing, right? What happens when it's bearish? Well, we just collect and accumulate more crypto. When it's bullish, well, we make money. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, top 5, we're halfway through the video, and I do apologize how long it's taking. But speaking of crypto assets, we're going to talk about a specific meme coin, and that's another diversified portfolio to make it really diverse. We're going to put in a little Shiba Inu. Now, looking at the weekly chart, I'm not a fan of these weekly charts. These weekly charts do look rather bearish still. So, we'll see what's going on, but these are some of the areas I did expect for Shiba Inu. I would be buying dollar cost averaging back into, and yes, I'm going to be going heavy on this. If I do get hurt, it is what it is. It's my risk only, my strategy, not financial advice. But these are one of the meme coins that I'm going to be heavily going into for this next bull run. I do believe we're going to race a couple zeros, and if we don't, then it'll be a failed project in my mind. But that is my big time goal for this. So I will be dollar cost averaging. I won't be buying all the way up top at the 30s. That won't make any sense to me. Every time it comes through or down to here and perhaps past this line, you damn well bet I will be buying some more. So Shiba Inu makes the top 6 here, as I'm excited to talk about the rest. And the next 4 projects are probably the strongest projects in the crypto space, in my humble opinion. So we're going to get right to it. And how could we do a video without talking about Cardano? So I couldn't help it. I had to do it. Cardano makes the 7th crypto asset I'm talking about here. And Cardano, I mean, there's so much to talk about. It is basically touching every piece of the sector into the crypto space. They're trying to get into the memes. They're trying to get into the NFTs. Talking about being diverse. Cardano is diverse. They're talking about the green state of the crypto asset realm. They're talking about every part, the dApps to, like I said, I don't know if I said gaming, the NFTs. It's very, very important to understand what Cardano is doing. Go trade Cardano from one wallet to another. You'll see that it is so cheap, 10 cents. I had 10 cents over, what was it, a $10,000 transaction, for an example, or a couple thousand. It stays 10 cents. Pretty crazy. Took about 5 minutes, probably about 5 minutes longer. If I was sending Bitcoin or Ethereum, might concern you, might get you a little worried, 5 more minutes waiting. But when you see how much you paid versus how much money you're putting in, if you're doing real big time dollars, then, you know, it's kind of exciting to see. So Cardano does make that. And heading to number 8, you know, not any specific order. Why wouldn't it surprise you? But Polygon Matic does not make your top 10 list coming into this next bull run. You should be concerned about who you're following. Yeah, we can go over some crypto assets that have nothing but zeros across the line, and we could try to become a millionaire there too. You can buy all the meme coins all over the world and get rug pulled if you like to try and make money that way. So you got to be careful in the crypto space. I love what we have to offer, and these are my 10 top projects going into this crypto space. I will look for more and see if there's another top 10 for just 2024 without it going into 25. So Polygon Matic, top 8 there. Hope you like it. We don't have to go over all the projects and all the partnerships that Polygon Matic is acquired and partnered with. We already know Disney and all these crazy MasterCard and what the football world they're in. So that's another one. And here it is, number 9, Bioconomy, the Web3, talking about differences. Well, this is the Ethereum layered project that helps with the fees. And we already know there are so many problems with the fees that we had, and now the Denkin upgrade, well, that really did help. And you can see what's going on for the layer 2 projects, and well, this is one of them. So we got to pay close attention, because when we start making big moves like that, there is a sign something is to come. And you can tell right here, definitely a bearish pattern here, right here with the 2 candles. We talked about that many times. So we'll see what happens going further. Most likely come back down. We could test the support right there, flipping the old resistance. That wouldn't be surprising for me. I'm doing TA, of course. I'm only supposed to be talking about the top 10. I can't help it. But that is what I see here. So we will pay attention to that anyway, because I do like Bioconomy a lot. So looking at the 54 cents, if that doesn't happen or occur, I will be buying the farm up at that price. Not financial advice. This is Gentleman Twice is nice. I actually see something similar to that happening. So that's interesting. But I do know that we will be back off up and down in volatile waves, high volatile waves. And well, let's go. We got the last crypto asset, and well, we didn't talk about any RWAs, and you know it, and I know it, and I'm no poet, but Ondo has to be in your portfolio coming in. And if it's not, I do apologize. I'm sorry, but 58 cents is not a possible buyback yet. And I'll tell you right now, I do have 2 weeks to the downside. I will be beginning to start wondering, well, how far is this going to go up on the next weekly green? How much time we have left? 2 days and 12 hours, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you that I believe Ondo, the number 10 top crypto asset that makes my portfolio list here. We're going to have 2 weeks down here. When this is done, I'm going to expect a big wick up. If it keeps going down, I will be very, very surprised. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to get a price prediction for Ondo. I hope you didn't expect it, but guess what? I didn't expect to do it, but guess what I'm doing? I'm going to be buying more Ondo. And what's going to happen here, if I can get the damn thing correctly, if this is what we're doing, and that's where we're getting here. Oh, wrong price. It was saying 130, but now that we're getting the updated move here, I have to bring it lower because I didn't expect to be falling where we were. There is no head. The head has already happened there in my mind, and we're just adjusting. This is what we do. You have to adjust what's happening in the time. At the current time, it looked like we were heading that far up. But now that things have slowed down, this is the new current price that I expect, 118. for Ondo before we hit a little bit more resistance. So I'm excited for that. I do see what's going on. We could come up. That would be the head, left shoulder coming in. We'll see what happens here. I'm excited for this, but I do believe that we're going to retrace a little bit less than what I thought. I think that we will get a nice little bounce somewhere around here, all the way down to the 68, and we'll see what happens. Get a nice little trajectory, parabolic move upwards to 118 for Ondo, making it my top 10. I hope you enjoyed the video, because Bitcoin stable near 71K as GBDC outflows, and we can always take a peek of that, but they're heading and they're selling out again, and you can see what's going on. I mean, they're selling at a premium. There is no such thing as a discount. Very, very crazy to see. This is Grayscale's here, and you can just read the rest of the way. iShares, that is BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK Investments, and ProShares, Bitwise, VanEck, and so on, Valkyrie on the bottom. But you can see what's holdings. The holdings there, we have Bitcoin, Grayscale. They're pretty much holding 315,000 Bitcoin, with BlackRock just sneaking behind at the 270,000 mark. So still concerns me a little bit that they have so much Bitcoin. So I'm really not a fan right now. The price of where it's at is interesting, but the upcoming Bitcoin halving is different from others. Before it, here's what investors need to know, and they make a big stink about it. But I can just tell you what the article says. I mean, in real state of mind here, just understanding common sense, we've never been at these price levels before. Let me do something to show you what I'm looking at. We're not ending. We'll be right back, so let me do that instead. What I've noticed, the Bitcoin halving, and it's wild because we've never had this high of a price before, ever. We've never been this high. Not before the actual halving occurs. We really flew up. And when I pay attention to the chart of the last years of how many crypto halvings, this is going to be the third halving we ever had. I don't know how they count this as 1, 2, 3, the fourth, excuse me, they are correct. But look at this chart. I know everyone can see this. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but every day I'm hustling, right? And it's a big deal. But we can see what's going on through the line. See this big uptick? This is about where we are right here. And if you pay attention, every time we've gotten a dip, right? One less, like F you. And it's the truth. So pay attention to that little dip, or even up here and then a dip. It seems to be happening back further every time, right? We're behind a little, and here comes this dip. So don't be surprised. I mean, that's before obvious what happened, all new time highs to the moon. Bitcoin is definitely long-term going to go high. I mean, we're going to go far as AF, right? Let's be real with that. AF is gone. It's gone. So pay attention to what's happening. I'm excited. Bitcoin, mostly important. What are we watching here? We're watching this particular pattern. Want to run to a weekly and see what I'm talking about. And a lot of people will tell you, well, that's a fantastic bull flag. Well, guess what? The next week comes down here and touches the 67.6 and then bounces. That's going to be the recipe for what we're looking for. So do not, and I'll say it again, do not be surprised if this is what starts happening, but we have to come all the way down to 67.6 Bitcoin, beating a dead horse one more time before we break out of this symmetrical pattern. So my name is Wall Street Pete, Sickdo in crypto. A lot of people want to know, who the F are you? Where did you come from, right? And then some people will say, I came from my daddy's balls, sir. And no, don't be a wise ass, but the truth is that we worked on Wall Street. We actually worked there. We didn't lick the paints on the wall. We actually worked on Wall Street, the New York Mercantile Exchange. Hold this badge dear to my heart. There's a lot of new followers on the channel, and I learned from some of the best traders in the world. New York Mercantile Exchange, 1 North End Avenue, man. I miss this place so much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you learned a little bit. I hope you got some content. It was a long video for a top 10. Maybe we could do a quick top 10 on a short or something like that. Let me know your thoughts. It's very important. You guys are the community. Without you, ladies and gentlemen, this channel is nothing. So your comments means a lot to us. Please just don't be nasty. I don't appreciate any of that. But your comments are very important. If you really ask for something, somebody said they want to talk about Dogecoin. Another person said, we talk about Velo. I heard it all. I remember it all. I'm going to write it down here. Might as well do it now that I remembered. They want to know about Velo and Dogecoin. So do a little more about those two. That was asked. Don't think I forgot about you. Wall Street Pete has a pretty good memory for the most part. Sometimes we forget. But those are the most diverse. That's the most diverse portfolio you could possibly ever have. Instead of putting all your money in a shit ton of meme coins, why don't you put your money in sectors? That's what I do. Meme coins. All right, I have a couple meme coins. I have a couple RWAs, real world assets, possibilities. A couple gaming tokens, right? We talked about that. An AI project. Oh, sounds fantastic. What are we having problems with? The central banks? Oh, a decentralized project. I mean, we just named 5 projects and had top 10 crypto assets and made sure we touched every one. Coins to go over. We went over it. It's pretty exciting. You guys have a fantastic day. I can't wait to see at least a couple of those pop. And you know what? I think at least 8 out of those 10 will. Have a fantastic day. Smash that like button. I hope that you enjoyed the content. I think that those 10 crypto assets are the most diverse and one of the strongest communities that they have. And I'll tell you right now, do your own research. Take care.